The team said you're out till at least Friday. Does that sound about right to you?
Yeah, I think Mother Nature's a big component of this. No matter how much and how terrific our staff's work is, the therapy, Mother Nature's got to play its part too. So, the waiting game is always fun.
Now you play the Suns on Friday. Do you think you might be back for that?
We'll see. Yeah, I didn't even equate the two till you just said it. So obviously, I'd love to play in that game, but I can only do and follow kind of nature's path. So
You've seen some crazy things in your career, right? I mean, they fired Terry mid-season, but you used to this? This catch you off guard?
Yeah, I mean, you're never quite. You're never quite. It's rude if it is. Apologies.
At least you're not chewing gum too.
Yeah. You're never used to it. I would say it's a difficult part of our business. It's a very competitive business and can be very cold-hearted in some ways, but that's the nature of it. It's a competitive business, and it happens.
And Steve, it's almost a clean slate for you because you really hadn't played much under the Mike Brown era, so it's almost a totally clean slate for your style.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird thing for me. Just on a number of fronts, new team, new coach, new offense, and now new injury, new coach, new offense.
Repeat rinse. What would you think if Phil came back? A lot of momentum towards him right now.
It'd be, obviously a coup for the franchise. I mean, to have somebody of his I don't want to say pedigree because that sounds silly, but his obviously success rate and his history of this club and with Powell and Kobe in particular, is fantastic. And for me personally, it'd be a terrific experience.
And you have a tie with D'Antoni too. I mean, you kind of got.
Obviously, I think everyone knows how much I love Mike. So if he were the coach, it'd be seamless and terrific for me, and I think the team as well. But these are things that will be decided pretty soon. So there's not much point speculating.
Mitch was saying earlier that there's a possibility, at least, that through this process that he would touch base with some of the veterans. If that happens, for your case, will just be your overall feedback.
I mean, that's obviously would be private, but I'm here to answer any questions he has. I mean, I think the bottom line is Mitch, I'm sure, knows a lot about the candidates anyway, so
right.
I think he can make a great decision with or without my input. Obviously, you have to collaborate when needed.
What do you think of the triangle offense? That's something you've obviously played against, right?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can say about it is that's won a lot of championships. So hard to argue with that.
You were willing to try the Princeton, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it makes a lot of sense in principle. So. I think it's also, while I think most people would look at myself and those offenses and say not a great fit, it's, I look at it as what a great opportunity for me to try something new at a different stage of my career. So, but the Princeton, the Triangles had such a success rate. It'd be interesting to take part in it.
And in fairness too, I mean, there is chances to run pick and roll within that system.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's basketball is still basketball. A lot of offensive side, the idea is still to put pressure on the defense and create scoring opportunities on one end of the court. So, I think that that's something that I've had a lot of success at in my career, and whatever offense it is, I think I can find it in a nation or somewhere.
Did you and Phil ever have any kind of relationship? I know it was player and coach, opposing player and coach.
Not really. I mean, I said hello once or twice, but I never really had a conversation.
Like in All-Star games or anything like that?
I never played.
You're going to bring up that 06 series when you were down 3-1 and you came back, beat him at Game 6 here at Staples. You're going to bring that up if he's the coach?
No. It might get lost quickly in the 11 rings, so I'm not going to start that.
Do you remember much him having fun? I think in 2010, before one of the games, he was saying carry the ball and all that.
I do remember that. Yeah, I mean, he was usually good for those, and before a series to plant something in a ref's ear. So
Phil?
I actually kind of like it. So it's part of his what would you call it? I don't know. It's part of his charm, his thing, and charm. Yeah, and like I said, I think that's it's great when you have people willing to open their mouths.
Just as far as your progress goes, what have you been able to do, if any, as far as this basketball?
Not a lot of basketball, to be honest. So we're like I said, I think right now the frustrating part is we're full steam ahead, and Mother Nature's just but limping along. So hopefully the two will meet soon. But,
Steve, what was your confidence level trying to figure out the offensive offense?
It was good. I was enjoying it. I think it was coming in time. I mean, there was a lot of things. One, I don't play a lot of basketball. That's not my trade. So I was trying to find my rhythm and my timing. I was trying to learn the new offense, and I was trying to learn my new teammates. So there's a lot of things going on at once. And I think, there would have been some joy in there eventually. But, obviously it was early.
Steve, do you have a time frame? I'm sorry if you've been asked this, but yeah.